All right, what is up, y'all? This video is for anyone looking for some motivation or inspiration to keep going in the face of adversity and challenges, especially if you're a business owner or someone kind of chasing their passion, something along those lines. Because you know how it is. Like, you get excited about this thing and you jump into it, and there's no blueprint. There's no blueprint for being successful at whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever successful means. My name is Paul C. Tijerina. I'm a functional nutritional therapy practitioner and health coach in Las Vegas, owner, creator of SHT, which stands for SuperHuman Transformation. I started my business here 10 years ago, and I'm still here. And I just wanted to take you through my personal story and then maybe share some learning points from it. 10 years ago, I decided to burn all my bridges. I was doing insurance. I was doing workplace insurance, health, dental, life insurance, all those things. And I was miserable. I really was just, I did not like my life. I was not happy at all. And I became very unhealthy in the context of that. And then I rediscovered myself through the power of getting healthy again. And I got so passionate about getting healthy that I knew that I wanted to share this information with other people and build a business out of it, because I felt like, why not? Why not do something that I'm happy with, even though I have no freaking idea what it is that I'm doing? So I had a distance learning course opportunity in Las Vegas. I was living with my dad at the time, and I decided to go for it. So to do that, I burned all my bridges with my insurance accounts. I sold all my accounts. I canceled all my appointments with all different carriers. So I had no option as far as that went. And I came to Vegas and I slept on the couch of my best friend's father's vacation home, which was very, very humbling. But I didn't know anybody. I had no Facebook. I had no social media. I had no contacts. What I did have was I had this commitment to wanting to make this thing work and share this message with other people. There was no other alternative in my mind. So I started going out, knocking on doors, trying to schedule talks and speaking engagements, and I got some. It was crazy. Like, I started doing talks at gyms and Whole Foods and a bunch of other places. I hung posters up in my neighborhood, trying to get little talks going in my garage, which I did some of those too. I started a Facebook account, which I was not familiar with at all. I started to cultivate a newsletter and slowly add people to it. And as I committed myself to different things throughout this entire process, committing myself to those things kind of forced me to figure those things out and put things into place. And as I move forward with it, I've had to learn to be really honest with myself about, like, the results that I'm getting, and not to rationalize too much, because you can easily do a lot of busy work that feels like you're doing something, but it's not getting you any results. And so today I'm still plugging away. My business continues to grow and evolve. I'm more clear now than ever on what it is that I want to do, and that continues to evolve and change as well. And I feel like, you can read and prepare all you want, but at some point you just have to get out there and do it. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. So here's the takeaways, and this could be some things that you put into practice or just take a mental note of. First of all, I feel like a personal vision for yourself, and in my opinion, for your health, is a foundation for everything else. It has to be a priority. You could omit the health part and just say a personal vision for yourself. What are your values? What's important to you? Because if you can connect with that as you're going throughout everything that you do, then I feel like there's a certain level of happiness that's going to come with that no matter what. Just to share with you some tidbits from my personal vision, I have three main things that are part of my personal vision. Number one is my goal is to be as healthy as I possibly can. I have to make myself the number one priority in this life, above and beyond anybody, above and beyond my wife, my family, the other things that I care about, because for me to show up at my best, I have to be as healthy and clear and clean and vibrant as possible. So I am my number one priority, period. And me being selfish with myself and my health is actually selfless, because now I show up to my life better. So that's my first kind of value or part of my vision. My second one is sharing the gift of what I learn with myself with other people. The second most important thing in my life. And that is always evolving, but my heart is here in a way that I want to empower others with what I've learned myself. And then number three is personal awareness. Through meditation, mindfulness, and a daily practice, having the awareness to be able to scrutinize what it is that I'm doing and really be honest with myself about the results that I'm getting or lack of results that I'm getting so that I can change course. That's the whole thing. So that's my 3 things. Another great point is fully commit to whatever it is that you want to do while being flexible and open to possibilities. I feel like I see a lot of people that they kind of want to do something and maybe they realize that it's for the wrong reasons. Like when I say fully commit to something, you're fully committing to this thing that you're either really passionate about or you have a reason that you want to do it, versus committing to something that you think is going to make you some money, or committing to something that you think is the right thing to do, or something along those lines. Fully commit to whatever it is that you want to do, which should make you scrutinize what it is that you think it is you want to do. But also, as you fully commit, you're open to possibilities and open to the information that you receive so you can change course if you need to. Next key point is take action and say yes as early and as often as possible. You don't have to have it figured out in order to say yes. A lot of us, I know, want to have it all put together and feel like you've got it all figured out before you go out and put it out to the world. And I've kind of done the opposite. I commit to things and then it forces me to put those things together. For example, early on, I'd go out and I'd call in a business and they'd say, hey, well, can you put this kind of a talk together? I didn't have any talks. I didn't have any handouts. I didn't have any guides. But of course I said yes. And then that made me run back and freaking put this thing together that I otherwise wouldn't have had put together, okay? My lesson early on was I don't have to have it figured out. I just have to take steps forward and then let the path unfold as long as I have this deeper, bigger picture vision for myself, okay? There is no blueprint for what it is that you want to do because you are the X factor in that thing, right? So, and even if there was a blueprint, you wouldn't want it because then that takes out all the creativity and just all the excitement that comes with it. But even if what you want to do is something that has been done before, it's not been done before by you and in your way with your personality. So I would say get out of the mindset of looking for the template or the formula. Most of us do a lot of reading, a lot of conferences and workshops and things like that. And those are all great to add to your cumulative wisdom. But just understand there is no blueprint to do what you want to do because you're the only one that can do what you want to do in your way. Be honest with yourself versus rationalizing about what you're doing and the results that you're getting. I remember early on, I spent a lot of time putting things together, putting handouts and what I consider to be busy work now. And some of that stuff might have been useful, but I realized at some point I was rationalizing sitting behind the computer and working on these things and avoiding doing the things that needed to happen, like going out and making calls and trying to get new clients. Personally, my final tip here is I don't focus on end results for happiness. Okay. I have a healthy relationship with goals. The way that I see goals, their purpose is to get me to take action and move forward, period. I have a goal of 360 members in my online community. And I know I'll get there at some point, right? But having that goal is forcing me on a daily basis to scrutinize what I'm doing to make sure that the things I'm doing are moving me towards that goal, okay? So goals can be useful as far as that goes. Now, when I hit 360 members, I'm not all of a sudden just going to be happy and everything's great. And it shouldn't be that way with any goal. If I have a goal of getting 10 pull-ups in a row, then I understand that the purpose of that goal of 10 pull-ups, whether I get the 10 pull-ups or not, is irrelevant. The purpose of the goal is to get me to take action to get better at pull-ups. And it's the same thing with any other goal. That's what I mean by having a healthy relationship with your goals. It's you have goals to help you take action and move forward. And the goal, in some ways, it's not irrelevant, but maybe not being attached to it to the degree that it dictates your happiness or non-happiness or something along those lines, okay? So I hope those points were useful. I would say if I had to give you some action steps to take, it would be create your own personal vision for yourself. I would also include your health in there because to me, health is the foundation from which all great things come. And then, really decide and scrutinize whether what you want to do is what you actually want to do. And then after that, just take the rest of what we talked about in this video and add it to your cumulative wisdom. All right. Thanks for listening.